What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. Today I have a very special guest. Shout out to Jodimeir for coming on to the show. Thank you
Yo,
for your time,
yo.
sir. Thank you for your
Thank you for
time.
having me. Appreciate you having me on, dude.
Yeah,
I like
man.
what I like the project you got going on here.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So quick rundown. I'm pretty sure you've seen a little bit of it through the clips that you've seen, but we do an intro, an icebreaker, and then we get into the main meat, and then we'll close it out with a closing question. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. So my first question is, how have you been? You've been good. You've been going through it, or yeah, just tell us how you've been.
I've been good for the most part, but during like this whole quarantine COVID thing, I just haven't been myself. So it's kind of like I'm up and down with it. Like some parts I'm doing well, some parts I feel like I could do better,
I got
but
you.
it's just all really up to me trying to get to a normal routine to make me feel normal, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely know what you mean, man.
Yeah.
So you said that you sometimes don't feel like yourself. Do you mind
Yeah.
elaborating on that? Like, what is it different from yourself to like how you feel now?
It's just before I used to be more like motivated creatively, physically, and mentally, and spiritually. But now it's just I feel I thrive off others' energy, whether it be good or bad. So it's
I
just
got you.
like having myself like isolated a little bit more than usual to interact like normal interaction with people that I usually see, or having a daily routine, whether it be wrapping crystals or just even working out. Like working out is like a big part of my normal routine that makes my internal clock like tick.
I feel you. I
Like
feel you.
like I base a lot of, even though it's to me, to get to where I am like better, it was first my physical health, and then my mental health and spirituality came after that,
Mm,
because I kind of tied in that routine and not my Muay Thai routine, and I tied that in with everything else to have like one system that all interlaced with each other.
the balance, man. That inner balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I hear you. What would you say you miss most about being around people, or just being out there socially?
Just shooting the shit, dude, honestly.
Yeah.
Because even like
I
trying
feel
to
you.
like have like regular conversation now, like I feel like my speech isn't as good either. Like I can't think of words in my head that I usually could come up with, or just like normal aneurysms and stuff like that.
Dude, no, I feel you. I feel like most conversations with like a random person revolves around like what we're going through, either if
Yeah.
it was like, the social issues, Corona, before it was just the election. So yeah, like everything just seems like we can't really talk about, I don't know, for me, real shit, or like, how we really feeling,
Yeah.
everything's on the surface. But yeah, man, thanks for sharing. My second question of the intro is, what would you like the audience to know about you?
I think I'm a funny guy. Well, not only that,
Yeah,
I have a lot going on, but everything's just been like on the low. So right now, or I mostly am known for DJing, Muay Thai. I rap crystals, spiritual drip, as you can see it wearing here.
for sure, for sure.
And yeah, content creator, kind of, sort of. My social media presence and content creation has been dormant this past like year, but I've been getting more into Twitch streams with DJ streams. So yeah, you guys can catch me on Twitch, and I'm sure you'll share the info and links later, and I could do it at the end too as well.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I remember you had that one viral clip, right, of you doing that punching bag
Oh
game or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That punching bag machine. This was when I thought it was hot shit doing Muay Thai. I tried to kick it, I just completely failed. That was funny, and then
Yeah.
my boy, no one recorded it, just kept sending it out to different meme pages, and finally got hit on one.
That's what's
I was like,
up,
hell
man.
yeah! I was hell yeah! Didn't really get any a lot of followers off that, but it's whatever.
No. I mean, just being out there, man. Like you put
Yeah,
yourself
it's
out
funny.
there.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm on a meme page. Like that's so funny.
For sure, for sure. My third question is, are you living the dream? And if not, what does the dream look like for you?
I would say in this moment, yes and no. It's
Okay.
I'm living like a dream could be anything, or you could be less or more. But my ideal dream is just to, live how I want to live without restrictions,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Like I'm not like sure we all have to like work 9 to 5s, but I don't feel as restricted in my 9 to 5 as I would have been like somewhere else.
That's dope, man. That's
Like
dope.
even though I came from Google, like my first job after college was Google, and that's like a dream for anyone out of college. It's like
Yeah.
even though it's contracted, like it's so like they're so just not restricting, and they're more, how do you say it, like their freedom they give you, they trust you a lot, but at the same time when it comes to work they think they feel like, or the same thing with any corporate job, like what they know or what they think is best is always going to be best, but other than that, everything from anything else was just a lot of freedom. But and then transitioning into Tesla, it's like a whole different animal. The work culture is a little bit more strict, but
Word. Word.
at the same time I feel like my work is not as hard as others have it,
I got you.
and it's just like also like financial freedom. Like I feel I could do a lot with what I have and make the best out of it rather than penny pinching. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not struggling, but I know I could do better and I want to do better.
For sure.
But as of right now, I could say I'm in and out of the dream.
That's a good
You
way to
know?
put it. That's a good way to put
Yeah.
it. For sure, man. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you feel like you're in a place where you're able to do what you want, and
Yeah.
not everybody has that opportunity sometimes. But yeah, for sure. My fourth question is, what would you like your descendants to know about you? Like down the road, think a few generations down. I like to frame it as, for me, there's a point in my life where, I'm trying to find myself or trying to figure out who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder what my ancestors were like, and like, are they anything like me? So
Yeah.
if you have a descendant that's probably like, yo, I wonder what my, great grandfather was like, or great, uncle or whatever. But yeah, how would you try to describe yourself to somebody that wants to know what if they're anything like you?
I'd say for the most part, I'd want them to know that I was like the life of the party. But
Yeah.
not just in the sense
That's
of
true.
like party
That's true.
party, not just the sense of a party, but just like the socialite, the one that gets everyone interacting with each other, whether between generations or different friend groups and different cliques, but almost kind of like the glue to
Yeah.
every group of people that there is. Also like a selfless person. I try to help people whenever I can,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
For sure. I mean, I think that's a skill, man. Like to bring people together, or people who maybe, it's hard for them to interact with a group. Like, there's cliques, right? Or
Yeah.
either it's generational or just personality wise. How do you, seem to bridge that gap? Like, do you even think about it, or it just happens because of, your personality?
Well, like growing up, ever since elementary school, I noticed like some people were only friends with like other people, but then
Yeah.
for me, I was friends with like everyone if I wasn't annoying to them.
Yeah. I feel you.
Because I could be, a chatterbox. But yeah, it was just like, even I saw this throughout label in high school. It was like, oh, you kick it with them, so blah blah blah. I don't like them because of this and that. I was like, well, maybe because you're only seeing it from the outside and not the inside,
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing with me. Like I would just kick it with all the friend groups I had, and if a party was going on, I'd be like, yo, is it okay if so and so comes, like say from another clique or a friend group, and then they come through, and then everyone, what do you know, everyone just gets along, once they start getting to interact with each other on a below surface level.
No doubt, for sure, man. I think that's a very valuable role to play, in society in general, right?
Yeah.
Like, because outside of just like parties and gatherings, we basically have to do that on a daily basis,
Yeah. And I also try to be empathetic too, like you never really know what a person's going through unless you're really them.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever had this case, but was there ever like a difficult case for you to put yourself in someone else's shoes, where you just felt like, I'm not understanding where you're coming from right now,
not in the sense of like maybe life choices. Like I'm always like understanding,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more on the. I think this is how it is for most people. Some people's like political stances and thoughts are just like, how do you think that, or like why do
Yeah.
you think like that? You know, it's like it's crazy to me that no matter how much evidence or like of the other side you could see, you're still one-sided on it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a trip because that's how they probably view us in the other way too, right? It's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah,
and yeah, so it's interesting, but there's value in just talking it out, even if you're not out there to try to change people's minds.
yeah.
You know, just listening is what's important to me at least.
Yeah, that's what I like. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like even with this past year election and everything going on with BLM and Asian hate, it's just it like when the George Floyd thing happened. Like I'm an empath. Like I'm an empath, so I just felt like a lot of weight on me, even though I can't like relate 100% through what the Black community goes through. But I just feel that weight and like that the mourning, you know.
Dude, it's a trip, man. Like with the whole BLM stuff. I mean, personally, I felt like I gravitated towards Black culture growing up, right?
Yeah,
Right? It's like
I was like a Filipino in the Bay Area. I feel like it's prominent out here, you know. We and like Too Short and E40 says everyone gets their influence from the Bay.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's a lot of hip hop culture, which is Black culture.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, man. So it is it evokes interesting emotions for sure, because you know you want to do something, but then you know I feel like there's a lot of people out there who might be like, oh, you know, you're not Black. Why are you doing this or doing that? And I'm like, it's not about that. You know, I care about people. I care about Black people. So you know, that's why I'm out here.
We're just human beings at the end of the day. We're all, you know, created equal.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah, I consider myself an earthling above all, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we are. So yeah, man, question number 5. How well do you know yourself? And if it's hard to put in words, you can do a scale from 1 to 10.
How well? I mean, it's funny. I feel like I know myself, but sometimes when I do stuff that I feel like I should know better, I do it anyway. I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? You know, like even though
I got you.
I know at this point, and then what I've gone through is I know how I should react to certain things and how I should do certain things, but at the same time, it's just when I do the opposite or when I do something that wasn't expected of myself, I'm just like, oh, but you know better.
Yeah.
I think that's just like another era of being human, you know? We're all human, we always make mistakes. But then I'm like very self-critical sometimes, and I'm just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, that's not you. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. And I know you can do it better or be better.
Dude, I mean, I think I made the same mistake for like 10 years in a row. So it only took me recently to finally learn from that mistake. So yeah, man, I think the time comes, right, when for you yourself you develop those hard lines, and like you're like, okay, that's the stuff I really won't do, and it takes time. It takes more mistakes. So don't be too hard on yourself, you know. I mean, it took me till I was 30 to figure it all out, and I'm still figuring shit out. So
yeah, I think that's the thing. As with age, you always learn more and more about yourself, because you don't see everything. Even though especially when you're a teenager, you think you know everything. Oh man, dude! Like looking at my 18, like my teen years in high school, I'm like, what the hell, bro? You're crazy, man. But I think it does come with age, and just the more you experience, and the more you interact with people, and the more you see from like the outer world, you're just like, wow, there's still a lot I could learn.
Yeah. How would you say if you have changed from high school to now?
Oh, my temper for sure.
Word.
And my patience level. Yeah, like a lot of people don't know that, because from the outside, it just seems like, oh, everything's fine. He's always laughing. He's always smiling, joking around.
Yeah.
But it's just like, even like high school through college, I was like, I had anxiety and depression, but I didn't want to label it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like, but I've never gone to see professional help or anything, which I feel like I could have benefited from, but just being too prideful. So I was just like, no, let me just work this out and let me see how it goes. And that self-help journey, I didn't do any nothing was external. I think I just did most work after my last traumatic experience, just by myself and learning by myself and being by myself, when I thought I needed other people to be who I am. But I was like, no, you could do all bad by yourself. Like, I still thrive off interaction and socializing, but without that time in my life where I grew on my own, I don't think COVID would be this easy for me, or as easy for me.
I feel you. I feel like that this is a time for a lot of people doing what you were just saying, doing the internal reflection and, self-helping themselves, because we really don't have those connections as we did before. But yeah, for sure. I mean, just coming from a person who has had therapy and up till college, it was something that I found valuable as a kid. And, even now, I signed up for BetterHelp, just to see what they can offer. And, this is not a sponsorship for BetterHelp. I think this is because like, even with BetterHelp, I think my biggest gripe was that right now they're taking any kind of therapist and like just putting them out there. It's kind of like Craigslist or whatever. They try to match you up, and therapy. It might not be the perfect fit, but they're selling it to you like it's the perfect fit. And yeah, but anyways, we could talk about that another time. All right, man. As a DJ, I'm sure this is going to be a hard question to answer, but what's your jam? You go into the club and you hear it.
What's my jam?
And you go, wow.
My God.
Yeah, no. I mean,
it's that is a hard question. It's because growing up, I just bounced from genre to genre, but I love everything. Like, if I like it, if I hear it and I like it, that's what I'll listen to. But recently, I've just been listening to a lot of other DJs stream, and they're just doing old school stuff, and old school hip hop and R&B is my shit. Like anything from Ja Rule to Usher, New Jack Swing. But I feel like when I go to the club, what do I hear? And I'm always going crazy, man. I don't know. That is a hard one.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
But I think what I always go to, like, no matter what, and it'll never cease to like get me hyped, is either This Is How We Do It or Return of the Mac, dude.
Oh yeah, man. I feel like Return of the Mac kind of gets slept on, like just the replay value of it is today.
Yeah.
But when I do hear it, definitely hypes the fuck out of me for sure.
Yeah, there's a point in time I listened to it every day and it'll get me hyped, man. It was like almost like my alarm clock.
Did you ever set a song as an alarm clock?
Oh, way back. Yeah, like middle school, elementary school, middle school.
You remember the song or nah?
No, I don't. But I think I used to do music for everything. It was funny, like everyone went through that phase in middle school where they put their voicemail as a song. They recorded it off the phone, the flip phone.
Yeah. Well, what song did you have?
What did I have? For my ringtone, I had
the ringtones. Yeah.
Yeah, I had. Oh man, I forgot what I had. But I remember when I first got a smartphone, it was J-Bug's "Let's Do It Again."
Oh,
and
shit.
Then when I still had the flip phone, it was funny. My phone had like a turn on tone and a turn off tone. I think my turn off tone was "I Want to Get to Know You" by G-Unit.
Oh shit, that's
like
what's
that
up.
one part where it's, "I want to get to know you," and then it'll shut off. I was like, yeah, that's clean.
That's because you're turning off your phone and the people around you feel like, okay, he's shutting it off because he's focused on. Yeah, that's dope. I never thought about it that way. I don't think I could have done that, but I remember Adidas was one of my ringtones. All day I dream about
Adidas.
It was a Killer Mike one, the Killer Mike.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that one. But I probably have.
Yeah.
That's another thing with me too. I've listened to so much music. It's like, when I get locked into something. Like today or this morning while I was working out, I heard was a Teenage Love by Slick Rick. When I was working out, I was like, damn, I haven't heard this in hella long.
Bro, I mean, I gotta re-listen to it. I can't even recall it in my head right now.
It's funny. It's crazy because I think I think when we all go through that phase when we're younger, we're like, oh, let's listen to like boom bap, like the classics and stuff, and like the older hip hop, especially New York classic hip hop. I was into that for a while,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Slick Rick, and just growing up watching all these documentaries and pop culture things. I was just like, yeah, dude, this stuff's all sick. And then we all go through that phase too of listening to like conscious rap, like who was that? Damn, I can't even remember off the top of my head. It's been so long since I listened to that stuff.
It's cool, man. It's cool. Yeah, yeah. I do want to ask you, where did your love of music start from? You know?
I don't even know, to be honest. There's no one thing that makes me remember like why I love music. It's just growing up, I've always liked it. But I can tell you for sure that I'll when I did find that I really love music and I wanted to get like do something with music was I think fifth or sixth grade. I had the two speaker stereo in my room that
Oh
had the
shit.
ability to record on the cassettes.
What?
So yeah, what I would do was listen to DJ sets on the radio and just make my own sets from that.
So you would record the radio and then
Yeah,
onto cassettes.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
man, for
like a
sure.
like old school mixtape, like cut and mix like through that,
Yeah,
and I'd give
yeah.
them to friends. They're like, "Hey, listen to this, listen to this." They're like, "Oh, it's cool, it's tight."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You still got any of those, or you know anybody who still has them?
I think I gotta look for them in the garage. It
Man, you
might
better
still be
find
there,
those.
man.
You better find
I
those.
know.
That's some
Yeah,
memories.
that's hella crazy to me. I was just like, I didn't even think of it like as anything back in the day either. I just did it because I liked it, you know.
Dude, and you're a kid doing that, you feel me? Like
Yeah,
how
fifth or
many
sixth grade,
kids
it was crazy.
doing that?
Like I was like crate dig, not I was like garage digging because I didn't really go to record stores or anything. But I'd find cassette tapes that my dad had. It was like old school hip hop, like some old
Oh
Tupac
shit.
stuff,
That's what's
and then
up.
some old yeah. Like I remember, I think one of the ones he had was too like Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back on the cassette. And I was like, oh hell yeah, this is sick.
Yeah, that's what's up. I didn't know your pops was into hip hop like that, man.
I
That's,
didn't either, dude.
yeah.
But it was only like a handful of tapes and CDs, but they're still sick.
I
I was
got
just
you.
like, dude, this is tight. And then like when I looking back at it now, I was like, dude, I wish I'd still know where they are if I kept or I kept them somewhere safe where I knew I'd get them. You know,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
thing with art of music now. It's all digital streaming.
How do you feel about that? Is that a good thing, a bad
I
thing?
I like it. I like it for DJing wise because you don't have to carry how many like
Yeah.
a lot of older DJs when I talk to them when they see me when I'm DJing it's like oh you have the lucky you can just stream everything or put it in a hard drive but before you had to carry all your crates full of vinyl and this and that and it was like harder to BPM match and stuff but I don't know like I wish I got into I could still get into vinyl I just don't have space for it because I know one guy from high school. He's a big vinyl collector, and it seems just cool to me to just go digging through crates and just listening through older music that way. Because it's just like that's how artists get their samples.
Mm-hmm.
They just remembering the songs that they listen to or their parents listen to when they're younger. It's like, oh, I want to put this into a song. And then when you're growing up, you listen to songs. You're like, oh, that's so cool. And then you listen to an older song. You're like, wait, that's where they got this from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure. And oh, what I was gonna say about that, I forgot. But I feel like there's the vinyl comeback is real. You know,
Yeah,
a lot of like new artists are just like pressing and it becomes limited edition. You know, like
yeah,
Drake comes out a vinyl that's only 50 pieces. That shit's gonna grow up. You feel me? I don't think Drake's
yeah.
come out the vinyl, you know, in my opinion.
Probably
But
not. But then that's the thing too is the album art. I really like the album art, but like now you don't really see album art anymore.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, I mean, you do, but it's not as like, I feel like it's not as creative as before. Because before you see it on the CD, it's like, oh, dude, this looks so sick. That's what catches your eyes when you're digging is like the album art.
for sure. Yeah, the album art, and I love the booklets. I love the booklets with
Yeah,
CDs,
yeah,
man.
the booklet. Sometimes you find like cool shit in there, like nudity. As a kid, you're just like, oh, let me look through this book. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, another thing. Oh, it's hella funny because I remember I was in like first or second grade,
Uh-huh.
and I loved Cisco's "The Thong Song" for some odd reason. I hella like. I didn't even know what the hell it was about. I was just like, I fucking love this song. And so I remember we went to like a Best Buy or something, and I saw the CD. I was like, "Oh, Cisco Thong Song." And I was like, brought it to my parents. I was like, "Can I buy this?" They're like, "What the hell is this? Hell no, you can't buy this. You see what's on here?"
Was it the cover where it's like a girl's legs and then he's like looking in between and she's like wearing a thong?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I know that
yeah.
that album.
It's either that or it was like red with his dragon logo on it.
Oh yeah, I do remember that too. What show? Fucking thong song, man. Bring that back. Hey, summer's coming up. That's about to hopefully
Oh yeah, I'm
another
gonna
song is popping.
bleach my hair again.
Oh shit, same color as last year?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to grow out a mullet, like a modern mullet, and see how it
Oh
looks.
shit.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
got to cut this past weekend, so we'll see. But if I do grow a mullet, it's gonna be colored for sure.
You got a few more months. You got like 3-4 months
Yeah.
for show. All right, man. We're gonna jump into the spelling bee portion. Would you like to participate? You don't have to if you don't feel like your skills are up there. But yeah, if you'd like to, we can go do it.
Hey, I use spell check for everything, but I'm down, dude.
All right, all right.
I'm down.
And be honest, but the first word is gonna be liaison. Have you seen the other episodes where people have spelled liaison?
I haven't. I
All
haven't
right.
seen the.
There you go, man. Your word is liaison, and you get 2 chances. I'll let you know if you get it wrong or right. And yeah, if you need any, like,
I feel like I always see this too, and it's like it sounds crazy, but it's simple. But I
dude,
think
yeah.
it's Laison.
You got one more chance.
Oh man. Liaison. That's all I could think of, honestly. Whenever I hear liaison, I feel it's Liason.
There's
what
one.
else.
There's one letter right in the middle of those 6 letters. So, yeah, that's the hint. That's the hint.
What would it be? It's French, right?
I'm not sure actually. But, oh yeah, you're right. It is middle. It's the Middle French Lear, or something like that. Yeah.
See, that's what's messing me up. I see the I with like a little French punctuation on it.
Just give it one more shot, man. Shoot.
Liason.
It was another I. Liai.
Oh, so it's 2 I's.
Yeah, man. It's
You
don't
did.
feel bad. No one's gotten it right. It's one of those words, man. I never thought this word would be like the word that everybody wouldn't really know how to spell.
Because I feel like any word with 2 I's in it will look weird, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Especially right next to each other.
Yeah. Well, thank you for participating, man. I appreciate it.
Of course.
And eventually, you know what? I might have to link with you to do some kind of guess that song kind of episode where you play the song and then I'll have the guests kind of like whoever can get it right first.
I'm hella down for that.
Yeah,
Just let me know. I gotta do a little research and crate digging.
For sure. We'll figure it out. All right, man. We made it to the main meat of the interview, where you choose a random number between 1 and 34. If there's a question you feel like you don't want to answer, it's all good. We can just move on. But yeah, throw me your first number.
For sure. I think one of the episodes someone did 24 for Kobe, so I'll do number 8 for Kobe.
Number
Young
8.
Kobe.
Okay, I got you. It started off kind of deep, man. So yeah, just let me know if you don't want to.
It's the main meat anyway, right?
Yeah. This first question is, what is something you are insecure about?
Oh no, that's easy. I always talk about this stuff. I think it's my personal. Well, I'm very in general. I feel like I'm open, and even the past couple years, I'm very what is this vulnerable. So I can talk about this. What am I most insecure about? In general, or just like?
Just in general. In general. Whatever you feel like sharing, you know.
Damn, right now I honestly feel like it's my appearance, my physical appearance.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird because it's like like I said, I'm like really hard on myself. And like 2 years ago when I was doing like my Muay Thai tournament, that was like my fittest I've ever been.
Dude.
So, like, with quarantine and COVID, it's like I can't work out like I used to. I can't work out with people. I can't do Muay Thai. Like my gym literally just opened back up last week.
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, my physical appearance, it's just I feel self-conscious because it's like, and this has always been me, like ever since, since high school. It's just my physical appearance. I don't know why, but it's just like whenever I try on clothes now that I used to fit and they don't fit anymore, or
That's
they
the
start to look,
worst. That's the
yeah, I'm just like,
worst.
I was like, oh my god, bro, like what's wrong with you? What's going on? But then I've been just trying to like ease off doing that and just be like, oh, just it's okay, dude. It's like, look at your situation. Like it's kind of hard to, stay in shape.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. Dog, I feel you, man. I don't know if you knew this about me, but yeah, I was a really big dude back in high school. Probably like I was 270, I think, or 275.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
saw a picture of you. I was like, no way, that's you. I think I seen it once.
Yeah, and
Like,
yeah, I've that the same feeling, is just like when I'm not even at my fittest and I'm trying to get back to that. And it's just like it's harder as you get older too, man. So
yeah,
beware.
yeah,
If
bro. It's
not the
it's
same.
no joke, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know how it feels. It's like you know where you came from. Like when you're your biggest, and even if you cut down like 10, 20 pounds, you're just like, dude, I feel so much better. Like in everything, in every aspect. I don't know. It's like it might seem superficial, but it's like you look good, you feel good. But I feel like that's the thing, because a lot of people have body dysmorphia too. Like wake up one morning, it's like, oh, I look
Yeah.
cool, and then like the next morning you're like, what the hell? Like I have a double chin, like my pores are all crazy, this and that.
Dude, that is a trip. That's something I learned about recently. And that sucks because like how can I trust my eyes to see, myself,
Yeah.
And that fucks with your head, you feel me? Like I know it gets like that, it's part of that insecurity. But what advice would you give somebody who's insecure about their appearance?
Honestly, like I'm insecure, but sometimes I don't care how I look. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just me. But just in general, it's like you have to just embrace yourself as much as you can, no matter how much you think you don't like yourself. Like try to love what you hate about yourself, and that's the thing. Like I got a belly now, and things like at 230, that was my heaviest 230 maybe like 3 or 4 years ago,
Oh,
and I was
snap.
only wearing button-up shirts because like I had to buy double XL like regular t-shirts. So I
Yeah,
was
I
just
remember
like,
that.
damn. But I remember like one time it was in San Diego, we are going bike riding, and I had this button-up on. It was like white. It started raining out of nowhere. It was crazy. And then
Uh-huh.
one of my Marine homie who's hella fit, he's like, fuck it, embrace it, full rock it, rock the shit out of that body. I was like, whatever. Took off my shirt, started riding. I was like, hell yeah, this is like liberating. It's cool. Like when you don't care anymore, it's just like is that much easier for your mental state of you loving yourself.
Yeah, man, I feel that, and I do respect the people out there who don't care as much as well. Like there's people that you admire because they're about it, they're about that health life, the fitness.
Yeah,
But then there's also the people you admire because yo, man, like they really don't give a fuck. And
yeah.
the
Like
biggest thing is, oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
it's not they don't care is that they don't care how they look, but they embrace it, so they make themselves look the best they can with what they got.
For
I'm not
sure.
saying go out there and look like a bum and shit, like you know,
Oh
like
man.
at least personal hygiene, basic personal hygiene is cool.
Yeah. I
But
mean, if
that's what I'm just saying. It's just like, don't care about what you look like, but do care of how you make yourself look with what you got.
interesting. Yeah.
If
I
that
mean,
makes sense.
it does. It does in a way. I was one of those people who was dressing like a bum forever, man. You could ask any of my friends back in like the college years and transitioning out of college. I wore sweats
Yeah.
all the time. I
Yeah,
wore.
there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, I feel like sometimes when it can even be like dressed up sweats, expensive sweats.
Yeah,
But
some Gucci
that's
sweats or
something,
something.
yeah, it's something that
Yeah.
just makes you, when you feel good in it.
I did feel good in it, man, but I wore basic ass sweats to the club one time, and and I got so many looks. I think I was with somebody that just got me in, like they knew the bouncer,
Yeah.
but I would have like everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But yeah, that was in San Diego too, actually.
Oh, San Diego, they don't care, bro.
Yeah.
San Diego clubs are cool. Like Gaslamp area is cool down there. Like there's certain clubs. I feel like in general now it's more relaxed. Last time I was in Vegas, maybe 2 years ago with my homies.
Yeah.
Remember when we first like turned 21? Like the early 2010s, we go to the club in Vegas. You have to have a button up,
Mm-hmm.
slacks, dress shoes. Last time I was there 2 years ago, I was wearing Vans, jeans, and a plain white T-shirt, and they let us in. I was like, it's changed.
Damn. I got you. I didn't even know that. I've never been to Vegas, bro. So
Oh yeah, I think it's so. Yeah, you and Jake haven't been to Vegas, so we got to talk off camera to make something
yeah,
happen.
we got to. We got to. Shit, maybe soon. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Uh,
everything's starting to lift again. I mean, I was there like a couple weeks ago to visit
yeah, yeah.
Sammy's sister, and it's safe, but it's more open than it is in California.
Interesting. I mean, was
So
it similar to
it'll be
Reno?
fun.
We were out there.
Yeah, similar. I think they're more open than Reno though, to be honest.
Oh
Because
shit.
like all the restaurants and everything were like open for indoor, just at a certain capacity.
Indoor. Okay, yeah. Haven't been indoor in a while. For
It's
sure.
crazy.
All right, man. Throw me another number.
What do we do? Let's
You did
do
8. You did 8 for Kobe.
32. My youth basketball team number.
Ooh, nice. Well, real quick, why did you choose 32 for your basketball number?
Oh, we didn't get to choose back then. I just got the
Oh,
number. But it was always, yeah, I think it
I
was always
got you.
32 or 33 or 34.
For sure, for sure.
So I always thought I was like Shaq.
Same here, man. That's why 34 questions, man. I'm a big Shaq fan. But
Yes, sir.
all right. This one is, what does unconditional love look like for you?
Unconditional love look like to me. I think unconditional love to me is just understanding who you're loving and who you give your love to and how you give your love to them. It's not necessarily showering them with affection or this and that. It's just knowing what the person you want to give unconditional love to, like knowing what they want from love.
Hmm.
And that could be understanding love languages, doing small things, doing big things, or just doing things that the other person they would appreciate.
Sure. You mentioned love languages. You mind sharing what yours are?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I think mine would just be quality time is one, right? Quality time.
Yep. Gift giving, quality time, touch. Yeah, let me look it up real quick so we know.
Yeah. I remember I did a workshop on this on Google. It's hella funny.
At Google, they made you guys do a love language?
Yeah, well, it was like a little like well, it's not like a team icebreaker. It's just like one of the wellness coaches little seminar things. We did
Okay.
for 30 minutes. Just understand yourself as a human and as a partner for others.
I got you. Yeah, no, that it's very important, I think, for people to
Yeah.
know it. But it's the 5 are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Yeah, I think words of affirmation and just a little bit of that, but mostly it's just quality time, man.
I feel you,
I
bro.
mean, physical touch is on and off because sometimes I'm not in the mood to be touched and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's different for everybody, honestly, and it
Yeah.
has a little bit to do with nature and nurture, how we were raised, and all that stuff
Yeah,
as well.
true. Yeah, that's like words of affirmation. I know that's funny because like growing up as Asian Filipino, bro, it's like you don't get words of affirmation from anybody growing up, or from your parents. You're just like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do, like
Yeah, yeah,
that
no.
type of thing. And that's what I realized is like spilling over into like how I am as a partner. Like some of the things I don't like is just when you're raised that way, you're product of your environment. So like that's one thing I took away from my self healing and self learning journey was just like that's the reason why you kind of lost people is like the way you were and the way you acted. So it's like I want to stray away from that, from what I've saw growing up. Like I don't want to be that type of person as I saw, and like that's not how I want to be. So it's just like I want to change my ways from that and just go to more being empathetic and like try to give
Dude.
people the things I wasn't given growing up, like in the sense of like nurturing.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think how our childhoods are like. Is it? I try to refrain from judging people, right? But
Yeah,
like when you meet someone and you see how they act, like for me, it's like if it's in a way that I disagree with, I just kind of have to like think of maybe it's because of something from their past or something how
yeah,
happened when they
yeah,
were a kid. For me specifically, like I try to be a person that like fixes arguments, and because I grew up in a place that was filled with arguments,
hmm
I always had to be like the middle person to make sure things like reconciled. So yeah, and now as an adult, that's who I am. I don't like arguing. Like it's I mean that's one of my faults is that I don't like confrontation. But I know it's a part of life and it's something I gotta deal with.
yeah,
But those are lessons I gotta learn as I'm older because I never learned them as a kid. Yeah, man, childhood is crazy.
yeah. The household, that generational curses and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, explain that. What is a generational curse? Like,
So
cause yeah.
it doesn't have to be so. I feel like it doesn't have to be something that's like bad luck or like like something as a health problem, but it's just like something that I feel that the younger generation looks as something that they don't like. Like
Hmm.
I think my one of my generational curses was probably like anger, and that's the reason why I feel like I was like I had a short temper, bad anger issue. Not hella bad, but like if my fuse went off, like I went off and I just couldn't control it. And not in a physical, it would be both physical and in words. And like during the heat of the moment, I wouldn't even know what the hell happened until after when I'm calmed down. I'm just like, damn, I didn't mean to do all that or say all that, but it just happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really had to work on that, just like with my patience and just learning how to express those feelings in a more um, productive way rather than harming.
Feel you. I feel you. No, man. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
Uh, you got go ahead. Throw me another number.
Let's go one.
One. Um. What can you not imagine living without?
Ooh, music, dude. Probably music. Music and water.
Music and water. For
Yeah,
sure.
music honestly is a big part of my life. Like I could go without TV shows and movies and stuff. I used to be a big movies guy and TV show guy, but now I just feel I feel like I don't have enough time to binge watch all these shows and
That's
movies and stuff
yeah,
like
man. I
that.
hate that because yeah, I'm a big TV guy, and now it's like I'm missing out on all these things that people are watching because I'm busy.
Yeah,
But
that's another thing too. Is like growing up, I was like, oh, I have to keep up with this and that. And if I miss one
mm,
episode, I'm like already behind. But now it's
yeah,
like, oh, 7 seasons, 80 episodes of this. You guys should watch it. I was like, nah, man, I don't got time for that.
yeah.
That's the
It takes a
thing.
lot.
Yeah, it takes up hours, but with music, you can just enjoy music anytime, anywhere,
That's
whenever you
true.
want to.
True.
And that's the thing. Music with me is like it plays a big part in my moods. Is what I
Mm,
realized. And I feel like that's a lot with a lot of people. Like if you feel a certain way, you're gonna listen to certain music. Like it just takes me from outside, or it takes me where I want to be whenever I don't want to be somewhere.
word. Word. I feel like as I get older, it's kind of difficult to keep up with new music because
Oh yeah,
yeah,
same here, dude. Honestly,
yeah.
like this past couple years, like since we're not going out, I don't really listen to like all the new stuff.
Feel you. Is there a way that you try to find new music besides just hearing it outside or?
Not anymore, dude. Like I know there's releases, and some of my friends will tell me, but it's just like I'll listen to like one pass, or not even one pass. I'll just like skip through stuff, and I don't like it. I'm just like, ah. That's why I just literally have been just falling back on art, like old school stuff that I know and love. And
For
I think
sure.
that's just like a comfort thing too, especially during COVID. It's just like, or with anyone, it's just like you want to, if you don't like, or if you're anxious about something, you
Hmm.
just always fall back onto something that you know and that you're familiar with.
Damn. Yeah, I definitely rewatch a lot of TV shows for that same exact reason, man. Like, I don't even.
Right?
It's like I don't even get too much out of it anymore. But because it's on, and I know the story, whatever. But it still makes me laugh. It still makes me feel
Yeah.
like happy. But yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. So.
It's weird that we do that, right? Because I remember seeing a tweet about this too. It's like, stop hating on people who always rewatch the same movies or listen to the same songs. It's because they might have like anxiety or they're anxious about not knowing things, so they just literally watch or listen to things that they're familiar with to make them comfortable. And they're scared of not knowing the outcome of something too.
That's super interesting, bro.
Right? Crazy. From a tweet.
Real quick, what's your favorite like social media thing? Is it Twitter? Is it Instagram? TikTok?
Well, I've been slowed down on everything, honestly, but
Okay.
I really like Twitter for what it is, because it's just a bunch of people either talking shit, or Twitter has a lot of things. It has news, it has memes, it has, free thinking speakers and this and that. It's just really informative on a lot of stuff. And I feel like there's a point in time Twitter was like my newspaper on the morning shitter.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I feel you. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably the weakest social media thing for me, man. Like I've created hella Twitters, just trying to figure it out.
It's really hard. Like I don't use Twitter for like my own presence, but it's more just to like read everything and get my content from there.
For sure. I feel like a lot of I know the NBA is huge on it because it gives players a chance to interact without having too much information about themselves too. And celebrities use it and all that stuff. But
yeah, like KD's burner account.
Yeah. I'm sure he's not the only one. He's the only one that got caught. But yeah. For sure, man. We got it looks like about 15 minutes. We got, some time to knock out a few more numbers. Go ahead and shoot me another one.
Let's do 5.
5. What is one thing on your bucket list?
Oh, that's the thing. See, I don't even know if I have a bucket list anymore. Now it's just...
You did everything?
You did? No, not that, but it's just like, what can I do now, because of COVID.
I got you.
It's like, my bucket list is to not die. Stay healthy. Damn, what do I want? Oh, bucket list, bro. Okay, at least it doesn't even matter what spot I am on, the opener, whatever, but do like a festival, DJ a festival, dude.
Dude.
That would be sick, honestly. Even a festival or a concert, just even be like a backup DJ for an artist that doesn't have their DJ.
Sure.
For like one show, that would be sick. Just to rock the stage for like a mainstream crowd would be tight, dude.
That would be sick. Do you have a favorite festival? Or, out of all your experiences, just, going and seeing it?
I think, so festival-wise, I haven't really been to, well, I have been, but most of them were like EDM, like 2-day festivals, or I've only been there one day, but I've been to Coachella once.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, out of everything I've been through, like, it's an experience. And I know, growing up or like hearing people say, oh, you gotta go to Coachella, I was like, oh, that's bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But like once you're actually there and you experience it, you're just like, oh, I understand. Because there's a lot there. There's a lot to take in. There's art installations, it's in beautiful Indio, California, and there's just so much music, so much to see, and so much to do for a music festival. And you just meet a lot of people. You just meet a lot of people through live music events in general.
No, for sure. Was there a particular performance that you enjoyed, like a lot, that you can remember?
Oh, I really liked, because at the time, like I was big on Black Bear and Post Malone, and it was Black Bear first and then Post Malone was it Sahara? I forgot the stage, but it was just back to back, both of them. I was just like, and that was the day I did acid, so I was like, oh hell yeah, bro, this is tight. And every time I heard Fall Apart live, I would just sing my heart out and feel like, I put on a show for the people around me when I sang Fall Apart, singing my heart out, and people could tell, like, oh man, someone heard this guy. But
Yeah.
just singing it and what I was going through back then, it was just that was my life. That was my outlet of letting all my emotions out from what I've experienced.
That's a release, man. That's a way to vent for sure. And that's what's dope about music too. Like you have artists who'll write these words that match exactly how you're feeling. And it's just
Right.
like, God damn, like you feel like you could be best friends with that artist sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
because
how
it's
I
like,
feel.
I feel like I'm the only one going through this. But when you have artists that make that kind of music catered to those people, it's just like there's someone out there that understands and they make music about it. And it makes me feel like I'm not the only one. I'm not like a weirdo for feeling these type of ways, you know?
Yeah, you feel connected,
Yeah.
My favorite thing about like concerts and stuff, I don't know if I told you this story, but I was at a festival in Long Beach called Smoking Grooves with Doe.
Oh yeah, Smoking Grooves. I remember you guys tried to get me to go, but I was like busy that weekend, or it might have been too last minute for me.
Yeah, but the experience that happened was we left early, so we didn't get to watch the whole Usher set.
Uh-huh.
But on the way back out, they had these buses take us back to the parking lots or whatever.
Yeah,
And
shuttle.
yeah, the shuttle, and we were in the school bus with all these random folks, and we were driving, and we heard Usher sing Confessions Part 2, and like that beginning part, like everybody
The
on the
whole
bus,
the whole
yeah,
bus.
man, and like it just felt like middle school, or like where
Yeah.
we're all just like jamming, and it was just sick as hell, man. And
No,
it brought a
yeah,
tear to my
that's
eye,
sick.
honestly. I was like, oh shit, I'm moved right now, like.
I knew, like once you said buses, because I had the same experience at Coachella too. It was day 3,
Uh-huh.
last day. I'm like, we're in line for the shuttles, and I fucking get fucked up with the people next to me in line. Like,
Yeah.
we literally finish our whole the whole day's liquor supply, just waiting for the shuttle. So we're all turned up. We're shotgunning beers. We get on the bus. They put on Post Malone "Congratulations." I have a video on saved on my archive, and everyone on the bus just going crazy, singing "Congratulations." I was like, "This is what Coachella's
Yeah,
about."
and
Like
on
it
the
was
last
so
day.
hype. Yeah, it was so hype, and then everyone's all like, "Oh, where you going? Where you going?" Like after we get in, I was just like, "I'm about to go do this." It's like, "All right, fam, nice seeing you, nice chilling with you."
Yeah,
And then go
yeah.
our separate ways. But that moment is just everyone just fucking turned up, and we're not even at the festival yet. We're on the bus.
Hell yeah. And that's a great thing about getting fucked up with strangers, man. Because like I think everybody's on the same page as far as like, yo,
Yeah,
this
no
moment we
one's
share.
judging, bro.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
just vibing, like no judgment, just vibing. And it's always funny because I always do this any concert or especially raves. I always do the Two Live Crew. Somebody say, "Hey, we want some pussy," and whoever's around, they will
Yeah.
shout that shit no matter what, dude.
That's what's up, man. I know you said it before. Like I've been to the parties where you yell it out for show. But yeah, man, shoot. So we're coming to a close. Before we get to the final question, man, I just want to thank you again. I hope you had fun.
I did, yeah.
I
I wish it
appreciate
was a
you
little bit
opening.
longer, but
Yeah,
we gotta
yeah,
stick to the format, right? Well, what we could do, yeah, we'll talk about doing that. Guess that song. That would be sick.
yeah, man.
I'd be down for that.
And if you ever want to like do a second episode, that's cool with me too, man. And just to catch up and like, cause I feel like honestly, man, I don't think we talk that often. In the family
Yeah,
parties and whatnot. This is
because we're always just like everyone's there, and it's kind of hard to do like one-on-one things. So this is kind of cool. Yeah, I like this.
for sure, man, for sure. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I would run it longer. I just have fucking work at 8:30, so I'm gonna head out there. But yeah. So the closing question is, what is the greatest lesson you've learned thus far?
In life, greatest lesson is to be empathetic. It's like one of my main things. It's just because I go through stuff and I was never really vulnerable about it. So it's just like some people might look at you as like, why are you acting that way, this and that. But it's just like going through that stuff like on my own and not really telling people until like recently is just like you never know what someone's really going through. So it's just be empathetic, be as caring as you can to people, because we all have one life and some of us have it harder than others. So it's just like, and also don't take your time and your own life for granted. Like do what you can in the time you have. I know Drake said YOLO, you only live once, but it's true. Like as corny as it sounds, like you literally only have one life to live. So enjoy it as much as you can, and help others enjoy as much as they can too before we're all gone.
Yeah, man. He said it was corny, but I think it just comes off that way because it's been overused. But
Yeah.
it was genius of him or whoever told him to be like, "Yo, use this," and
He has a couple of those too. He has like everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
Yeah, I remember that. So that's the Nicki Minaj song, right? Like,
yeah. He got that one, and then he got the "I'm here for a good time, not a long time." Like,
yeah, man.
like it's like it's mainstream media, but it's like like those things take it to its core. It's like no, that is true though. Like
sure.
you gotta apply that.
No doubt. But yeah, before we go, tell the folks out there where they can find you and support your DJing.
Oh yeah, everywhere. All my handles, Twitter, IG is Jodimeir, Jodimeir, and then twitch.tv/Jodimeir, but instead of an O, it's a 0.
Don't worry, folks. If you don't remember that, it'll be in the links down in the description. But yeah, man. Once again, thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Yeah.
You too. Yeah. Have fun at work. Hopefully it doesn't suck, bro.
I'm really I'm working on that. I'm working on not